This is a brief video illustration on the art of decision making. It is made by Salma Al-Kafrawi, Muhammad Ibrahim, Jama Fouda, Hussam Durgham. Now we will begin to talk about the conjunction fallacy. In 1983, two scientists defined the conjunction fallacy as a violation of the basic conjunction law. The main part of the experiment, they called it the transparent part, presented the participant with a problem as illustrated by the photo. The results showed that an overwhelming majority of about 85% chose that Linda is a bank teller and a feminist, which is a violation of the conjunction law. A violation of the conjunction law because the probability of the conjunction to occur is not bigger than the probability of the individual events. So when people showed that the probability of Linda being both a bank teller and a feminist, they committed the conjunction fallacy. Now let's move to the idea of gain and loss and their impact on our decisions. An experiment in which a hypothetical situation is set up. The US is preparing for an outbreak of an unusual disease expected to kill 600 people, and those are the plans the government will adapt. Out of the 155 participants, 22% chose C and 78% chose D. This shows a risk-seeking in the domain of losses. However, when presented with this kind of choices, which are more or less the same, 72% chose A and 28% chose B. This difference in percentages reflects a risk-averse decision in the domain of gains. The brain is the most complex part of the human body. This three-bound organ is the base of intelligence, translator of the senses, initiator of body movement, and controller of behavior. Brain is the source of all qualities that define our humanity. As most people know, the brain actually plays many games and tricks your own mind in some ways. One main way the brain tricks you is named concept of accessibility, and it is basically when your mind interprets something based on where it is written or where it is located. If you look at this picture and you are asked what you see in the picture, without second guessing you will automatically say that you see the letters A, B, C, and in the second line you see the numbers 12, 13, 14. But what many people do not notice is that the B is a 13, and that's because the mind tricked you. The mind tricked you into thinking they're different, just because the 13 is located in the set of numbers and the B is located in the set of letters. Another way the brain tricks you is called visualization, and it is basically what the eye adapts to. An experiment was made where 3 buckets of water of different temperatures arranged from cold on the left to hot on the right with an indifferent temperature in the middle. In the next phase, the left and the right hands are immersed in the cold and hot water, respectively. The initially intense sensations of cold and heat gradually decrease, but when both hands are then immersed in the middle bucket, the experience is heat in the left hand and cold in the right hand. Heuristics are mental guidelines that people use for a wide range of judgments. For instance, when you want to cut a cake for 5 people, you just cut the cake in 5 equal slices, instead of cutting every slice according to each individual's needs, like degree of hunger or fondness. There are 3 types of heuristics. The first is the anchoring heuristic. It is when people make estimates by starting from reference point that they then alter to get an answer. But this altering is most of the time inadequate. The second heuristic is the availability heuristic. It is when assessing the likelihood of an event occurring and the recurrence of a class based on the similar events that can be brought to mind. The third and final heuristic is the representativeness heuristic, which concerns with probabilities such as the degree of A representing B. The degree to which A is similar to B, for example, when E highly represents B, the probability that A is produced from B is judged to be high, and vice versa.
Created using Powtoon.